Okay, guys, happy Tuesday. Is this the second Dream Team chat of October? It sure is. And October is moving and grooving. It is one of our busiest um, months of the year, maybe the busiest month of the year. I think last month was incredible. Next month's going to be just as incredible. But October is filled with really fun and exciting things. And so tonight, I'm really excited to again talk about some tangible ways that you can be marketing in your business. Last week we talked about email marketing, which I loved the feedback on that training. I saw so many of you guys start some marketing campaigns. I had messages that it became much more simplified for them. And I saw a lot of you guys step out of your comfort zone and try something new. So I'm so glad that it was helpful for you guys. And we wanted to keep the ball rolling with like tangible things that you can use in your business to market. And so tonight we're talking about taking pictures, editing pictures, marketing with pictures, because we think that it is so very important in your business. And let me just like preface this by saying that like pictures and social media and marketing does not and will never replace follow-ups and customer relationship and parties or events or networking opportunities, right? It doesn't replace getting actual PRV in your system, okay? However, I would say it is a very important tool to work alongside your business to complement all of that stuff. Okay. It is a learned skill, which is great news. If you feel like you don't take great pictures, you don't know where to start, you're a newbie at all of this, right? Like previously you just took pictures of your children running around like crazy and they're unfocused and they're crazy and beautiful and in their own regard. But now you're like, okay, now I have to basically take pictures of my home and all these products that I'm using. Yes, it is very helpful. So yes, I do encourage you to do that for many reasons. There's a lot of reasons to taking your own photos. But I feel like just from the start, it really helps you build your brand, which might be a familiar phrase for you. Maybe it's completely new and you're like, oh my gosh, what are you talking about? And we do have trainings on building your brand, and it's very important. And your brand is beyond photos itself. It's how you carry yourself, things you speak about, things that are important to you, who you are as a person, right? Ways you work your business, all of that compiles into a brand. But when you are taking pictures of your product and just pictures of your life in general, you are complementing your brand. You are solidifying what your brand is in a very visual way. Okay. It goes beyond your personality or the way you type or things that you're interested in. It becomes visual, and we are very drawn to visual connections. When you are able to paint a picture of what your life is like, what your life looks like, in such a way that people can recognize it just by glancing at a picture, you know that you're doing a good job building your brand. And it takes some intention, and it takes kind of like knowing what you're doing. And so that's why we are going to talk about this tonight, because I think it is a very important part of setting yourself apart as a Scentsy consultant, because it allows people to kind of like get a glimpse into your life and into the products you're loving, if we're talking about just Scentsy products in general. And it shows that you are walking the walk, right? You're not just trying to sell them stuff. You are using the products, loving the products, showing them these products in such a way that they can connect with that in a very visual way, which really helps you build those relationships and that trust factor, which we talked about is so important, that we have customers that trust us, and they begin to trust us by us being very consistent, okay, and showing up. So being able to strengthen that trust factor by simply sharing bits of your home, inside your home, right? Intimate parts of your life, aka your home, right? Where you're sleeping. If you're taking pictures of Scentsy Fresh or a buddy on your bed, that's very intimate, right? We don't know what everyone's bedroom looks like. And so the fact that we can share little snippets of our life like that really increases the trust factor between our customers and our audience. And so there's power in pictures. what do they say? One picture is worth 1,000 words or something, or a million words or whatever it is. That's very true because it is just a deeper connection through a picture. Okay. And so I think it's very important that you recognize the power in sharing parts of your life, snapshots of your life in pictures. Okay. And then additionally, I think if you've been around a while, you've heard me say that Scentsy is a lifestyle brand, right? And this means that we have more than just one like area of products, right? We're not selling pens and notebooks and that's it, right? We are selling products that fit in every single part of our life. Like it's actually incredible when you really think about the vast product lines that Scentsy has and where that fits into every part of your life. And so when you can adopt Scentsy as a lifestyle brand to your life, meaning you're using the laundry products, you have Scentsy buddies, you're using the warmers and the car bars and the Scentsy Go and the room sprays and the counter clean, right? When you can fit Scentsy products into the nooks and crannies of your life, you are living the Scentsy life. Okay. You are now part of this lifestyle brand. And so it's going to be very important that you market that so people can visualize it, right? So they can see their life, see your life, and start visualizing maybe what their life would look like with that Scentsy Fresh every morning on their bed, or what their kitchen cleanup will look like after they use the counter clean. Or you described this fragrance very well that they start imagining this fragrance in their home. Or they see a picture of a warmer that's so gorgeous and you talk about how beautiful the glow is and they want that beautiful warmer and that beautiful glow. That happens when you, as the consultant, are living the Scentsy life and sharing the Scentsy life. Okay. And so there's so many ways that we can be sharing marketing images. Not our marketing images, not marketing images from Scentsy. There's so many ways that we can be sharing our own images as a form of marketing in our own personal business. Okay. And I think that this is important. Everyone can develop these photography skills. Okay. This is not something that you have to be super great at as you join, right? These are all, everything with Scentsy is skills that you can acquire over time, including photography. And marketing. Okay. We have tons of videos on marketing and how you can market. So I'm really not going to dive too much into that. But think social media, right? Do you have a customer group that you're posting in every day? Hopefully you are taking pictures and sharing pictures that are in your home, that are in your car, that are of your children, selfies of yourself, right? So your customers can start recognizing that. I can guarantee that if I post a picture of a warmer, they know that it's in my living room or in my kitchen or my office or my bedroom based off of the pictures I've shared before. My customers in my customer group are very familiar with my photo style, my decor style, my lighting, my preferences on style, right? And so they can spot my stuff a mile away, I'm sure of it. Okay. And that is from being consistent in marketing and my customer group. Then there's Instagram. Instagram is really great if you are using Instagram on a public page, like if your account is public, because you can use amazing hashtags on your photos that introduce you to new markets. Okay. Scentsy Snapshot is really great because it gets a lot of visibility on your pictures. It ups your followers if you have consistent pictures and your account is consistent, not just like one random picture, right? Consistency is really key here. Scentsy Snapshot is really great. Hashtags in general are really great and open you up to a broader audience of people who are actually searching these hashtags. Okay. And so if you have a public profile on Instagram, and I think even on Facebook, like if your business page, or if you have a public Facebook page, you can use hashtags too. And people are out there searching hashtags or just searching keywords and it's going to pull up those hashtags. So some really good ones are like Disney, Scentsy and Disney. What's a Disney collection we have out right now? Lilo and Stitch, right? Ohana means family, right? Little catchphrases from movies. If you're like, for me, I could say boy mom. You know, you can say like Monday mood if it's like a picture of your coffee in your office, right? You can really tailor these hashtags to what you're posting about and find people searching for that target audience, which is really cool. And if you have a profile that is filled with beautiful, authentic pictures, that's going to captivate your audience, and you might get a follow or a message, right? It might be something that has to build over time. I would say most likely it is something that builds over time. But it's a really great way to build your network. And in fact, I have had many customers find me on Instagram through hashtags. I've had a few teammates also find me on Instagram through hashtags. Okay. And it's not just because I use the hashtag. I can guarantee it's because I also post pictures and I share my life. Right. I'm really living the lifestyle of Scentsy. And so I'm not just here trying to sell products. Right. And I think that's very important to mention. And in fact, when you're taking these like lifestyle photos, I think it becomes very clear that we're not just here to sell Scentsy. We're here to invoke the senses, enliven the senses, invoke the soul, right? These are some like phrases that Scentsy uses with our products. And I feel like it's very true when we are living that and sharing that in such an authentic way. That's what we're doing with our audience, and they're very captivated by that. Okay. So I just want to encourage you guys that as Bree's going to share like some very tangible tips for you guys that I think are going to be very helpful for you guys. But I want you guys to go into it reminding yourself that consistency is key. Okay. People don't like to be sold to. They like to build relationships, and they need to trust you. If you are wanting people to Zelle you or Venmo you $120 for a product, you better hope that they trust you, because without that trust, they're not going to do business with you. Okay. And so they need to know that you're a real person and you're not just trying to get sales. Okay. Consistency. And then also embrace the lifestyle of being a Scentsy consultant, because it's really beautiful. It comes with a lot of freedom and flexibility. It's very attractive towards people, whether they're consumers or they want to jump in at some point in time. It's a very attractive lifestyle that we can really utilize in our business for growth. Okay. So I'm going to pass it to Bree. She's going to show you guys some like straight up tangible ways that you can increase your, photography skills, which is really great. But I want you guys to remember that consistency is key. And then we're in the relationship of building, we're in the business of building relationships with all this marketing that we're doing. Okay, Bree.
Perfect. Yeah. So, everything she said, and what I'm going to show you is going to be, I want to walk you through what this looks like. Okay. So, I'm going to walk you through what I do when I take pictures. I know Alex does the same thing. I know other people have a similar process. Again, it goes back to what we were talking about earlier, where me and Alex won't ask you guys to do stuff that we're not doing. Likewise, we also can only show you the ways that we do things, right? We can invite other people in here to talk about ways that they do things, and they may get similar results, but I can only give you and show you and be forthcoming with the information that I have because I use it. Okay. So like we talked about with MailChimp, this is just one of many ways, in my opinion, that you can, I don't want to say manipulate, but the ways that you can produce really great content. Minus the good picture taking, right? So I feel like that's a skill that you do need to hone in on. That's a reality that you do need to understand. Great picture taking does not, it's a little bit perception, but it's a lot of like, it's pretty across the board, right? You look at a group of pictures and you can kind of, I think all of us would agree what pictures are attractive to the eye, because we're talking about attraction marketing, right? And so you may be attracted to a picture for a different reason, but we're going to be attracted to that same picture because of the lighting is really good, right? Or the colors are really bright, or because it catches our attention, whatever the thing may be. will be attracted to that picture because of the way that the picture was taken, and it catches our eye for that reason. And then we can go on about the reasons why we love it. I just want to show you an example of pictures that I have taken today, and kind of walk through the differences in those. And then I'm going to show you how I edit my pictures. I have an iPhone 13 Pro Max. Okay. I am an iPhone Apple person. And that's just what I love to use. I don't use fancy cameras. I use my iPhone to take pictures. Okay. I utilize portrait mode, a lot. I love the new feature that came with that, OS 17 update or whatever, iOS 17 update, where you can change the focus in the portrait mode. That's really great. Love that. After you've taken the picture, that's really helped me a lot. Or else I'd have 17 million pictures. But I do use a third-party program called Lightroom to add presets to my pictures. And I try to use presets that do not change the colors or change the dynamic of the picture too much. My goal with the preset is really to lighten it up or to enhance the colors. And I try to keep a pretty natural tone to it. But I do like bright pictures during spring and summer. And then during fall and winter, I do like to go a little bit more warm, a little bit more cozier, a little bit more darker, without changing the true dynamic of a picture, right? Because I don't want to take a picture of a warmer, or I don't want to take a picture of this open plains warmer, but when I use a filter on it, it looks yellow, right? Because that's not true to my customers. I'm not being honest in what I'm showing them. If I send a picture of them and the picture looks yellow, but it's really white, and then they order it, that's not going to be a good day if they were hoping that this was yellow. So, keeping it authentic to what it is, but also making it the best that it can be should be the goal. Okay, so I'm going to show you. Hopefully this works like it did earlier. Wait, hold on. I've got to share my screen. Just a second. Okay. Share screen. Okay. So I'm going to walk you through this entire process. So Alex, can you see this? I can't see you, so I'm gonna have to have a verbal yes from you.
Yes, I see it.
Perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna go to Etsy, and I already have this pulled up. So this is where you can buy presets for your Lightroom.
Are you on it right now?
I'm on Etsy. This is Etsy.
I don't see Etsy. I just see your home screen.
Oh shit.
Oh, wait, yes, I see it now. It's a little lag.
Okay. Okay, so I have already picked a preset. You can buy presets off of Etsy. I mean, truly, once you search in presets, you're going to get 1,000 ads for them. But there's many different kinds. I love the light and airy ones. They have like a whole brand, and those are the ones that I primarily use. But I wanted to walk you through this process, right? So you're going to download Lightroom as an app. Alex, do you pay for yours?
I do. Do you pay for
Okay. I pay for mine as well. I don't know what the free version entails, to be honest with you. So I would absolutely play around with it and see what you can do. My assumption is that maybe you don't get as many pictures imported in there, or I'm not sure. I've been paying for it for a while, and in my opinion, it's worth it just because I have all my pictures imported in there, and I don't want any limits on how many filters I can import into there. But I will say that any app that you are using for your business, you can then write it off at the end of the year on your taxes. So I take all my subscriptions that I pay for and write them off. Okay. So I already searched. I found this one earlier that I love. And so I'm going to buy it. Y'all don't take down my information here. You can't even really even see any information, but I'm going to buy this preset so I can walk you through what it looks like to actually import it. And so thanks for your order. They're going to send me the email. At some point I will get an email. But let's just say that I already have it in my Lightroom for funsies. Okay. So I'm in my Lightroom now, and I'm going to go to a picture that I have already used the preset that I love on, right? Which is this one from earlier. Okay. And I copied it. I will, once I get the email, I'll walk you through that. But So these are two pictures that I took earlier. I took this picture, okay? It's a kind of decent picture, right? The lighting is okay. The angle's not great, right? I can't see everything that's in the picture. It's okay. It's not my best work. I wish it was a little bit brighter. It looks brighter on my screen. Same with this one. Things are out of focus. This is portrait mode. It's not terrible, but I don't love it. Okay. I had closed my blinds. And so again, lighting wasn't great. So then I went, those are two pictures that I don't love. Then I went, oh wait, three pictures. Also that one, right? So you can see the clutter in my office, which we all have clutter. I get that, but not a great angle. You can't see everything. I'm distracted by the things around what I'm looking at. And when your customers are scrolling on Facebook or scrolling on Instagram and you have a picture like this, what are they supposed to be looking at? What is my focus, right? What are you drawing them to? Because you have like 3 seconds to capture somebody's attention when you have a picture. And so when you have other things that call people's eyes to different areas, it's taking away from them actually engaging with the picture, right? Because now I'm so confused. I don't know what I'm looking at, and I may not take the time to read. Our attention spans are so small, you guys. I may not take the time to read what's actually this picture is about. So you could have a great caption, and I will never read it because that picture did not attract me enough to want to know what you're talking about, right? So yes, there is a rule of thumb. We all have clutter. My personal opinion is yes, I have clutter. Yes, I'm not perfect. Yes, my house can be a mess. Yes, sometimes I move my mess just so I can take a really great picture. I don't want necessarily my brand on Instagram to represent my clutter. I want my brand on Instagram to represent Scentsy, okay? And the beautiful warmers and things that we have in Scentsy. And so I can talk about my clutter all day long in my stories, but when you look at my Instagram grid or my Facebook business page, I want you to see what Scentsy represents, which is beautiful lifestyle like products. And so I want to show them in the best possible light. Okay. So I don't want the clutter. So I'm not going to use that picture. What picture I do like is not that one. I like this one. Okay. You can see all the products. You can see the bars. Some of the background stuff is blurred out because I use portrait mode. It kind of gives a little teaser to the bars. You can't see the names of the bars. Maybe I'm going to give the descriptions in the comments, but your eyes are going to go to the breast cancer awareness stuff, right? There's not too many other things in this picture that are calling you away from that. So this is the picture I'm going to focus on. My blinds are open. This is natural photo, natural lighting. Okay. So I have taken a preset that I've already used and I'm going to apply it. And Alex has shown me that there's an easier way to do this, but this is just what I do. And so you saw me copy the preset from a different picture that I had taken today. Again, I will go back through and use the one that I just bought. But what I'm going to do is I just click paste and then it changes the dynamic of the picture, right? So it didn't really change any colors. It just brightened it up. And I actually love how it darkened what's behind it. It just automatically did that, but it darkened what's behind it. And the pink in the breast cancer awareness things, it popped, right? And so now I have a picture that not only is the focus is where it needs to be, which is on the products I want you to see, but it also calls your attention with the color, right? I've enhanced those pink colors, part of our breast cancer awareness, where the color matters, right? The pink, the accentuation of that color is so important, right? Because it's speaking to the entire foundation that we're representing here this month. Okay. And so I really love that. So then I'm going to save copy to device, and then it's going to save my picture. And it's as easy as that. Okay. So let me get off of there for a second. I'm going to download this. So when you buy something off of Etsy, a preset like this, you're going to have to go back into Etsy on your account and log in and then go to your files and download it. I just don't want to have to go through all of that with you. Give me just a second. It's a really easy process as far as like, following the directions that it gives you inside the email. So don't think I'm doing anything crazy. It's just a lot of like being in my files that I don't think you'll really care to see or need to see. So give me just a second. Okay, so I'm going to mirror again. Okay, so now I have found the downloaded files in my, I have found the preset in my downloaded files. And this is usually how it shows up, right? It's like, okay, it's the same picture, but you can see that the hues and the colors are different in the picture. So then what you have to do is you have to save each of these, or you say open in Lightroom, basically. Okay, photo will be imported into Lightroom, next app launch, got it. But I want to launch Lightroom right now. Okay, I want to see it right now. So I'm just going to do that one, and it's going to end up right here. Okay, so here's the picture. So I'm going to copy it because I'm copying the preset, right? The preset that's on top of this picture of the leaves, right? That they've already designed, they've created the perfect hues for it. And I've downloaded, I've paid $3 to download it. So then I'm going to go back to my pictures, and I'm actually going to reset this one back to its original, oh wow. Oh, wow. Okay, wait, hold on. It did it for me. Just a second. Let me go back to here. We'll do, no, not that one. We'll do this one. Okay, so we're going to start here. So this is a different angle of the same picture, basically, with my bag sticking out, but ignore that. Okay, so then I have that preset that I downloaded copied already. I have lifted it from that picture, and now I want to paste it onto this picture. And so I'm going to do the same process where I do paste, right? Now, this is the fun part, and also like the creative part is I look at this and I go, it's cute, but it takes away from this particular picture, because I want the pinks to pop. I want it to be bright. I want it to be airy. I want it to be attractive. And this just isn't the picture. And sometimes you find that where it's just not the right picture for what I want. So I'm going to reset that back to its original version. Nope, that's not what I wanted. And I'm going to go back and find a picture that maybe would fit that a little bit better, right? And so maybe this picture of my witch-o-lantern would be better, right? Because it is a Halloween warmer and it's dark, and so it's going to give that cozy feel. Let's see how this one looks. Yeah, that one's kind of cool, right? Because it is like that warmer vibe. It doesn't take away from the color of the warmer. The warmer is still orange. It's like iridescent orange when it's lit, which it is. And so I would feel comfortable sharing this picture, and the vibe around it gives off that orange glow. And so I think that this one fits really well. And it's crisp, and the things in the background are blurred out, right? Your attention is drawn to the witch-o-lantern warmer, and you're not really concerned about what's going on around it until you actually want to dive into it. Your eyes are not being drawn from it initially when you look at it. I believe if somebody was scrolling past this, that they would be intrigued or really love the colors or the warmer itself. Okay, so let me get out of that, and I'm going to stop my share and come back. Okay, so I want to make sure that I just touch on a couple of things here, important things, because the Lightroom part of it, like I said, is not necessary. You can actually go into your settings when you take pictures, and you can play around with the the colors and the brightness and the contrast right then and there. Okay, you don't need Lightroom to create a really beautiful, bright picture. You can do that within your phone. I know for sure iPhone users, I assume Android users, you're not too far behind. If at all, you might be ahead of the game. I just refuse to admit it. Okay, so Apple users, I know that you have that capability, so you don't need Lightroom to do all of that. You are equipped with portrait mode, which blurs out background or blurs out anything except what's in focus in the camera, and you get to decide what's in focus. Okay, that's a really great feature to use and use a lot in your business. And the thing is that I have so many people asking me, how did you blur out your background? You guys, all you have to do is spend time playing with your phone. Okay, because I'm not using any third-party app to blur out a background, not ever, not at all. Okay, that is all stuff that I use on my phone. And there are very small but simple things that you can do when you're taking pictures that make a world of difference. Okay, and so utilizing the features on your phone, playing with the brightness, the contrast, the portrait mode, all of that stuff, those are very simple tweaks that you can do to a picture to really change how it appears. But also there's things that you can do to your environment to really change how a picture comes out. Okay, and so I kind of already talked about the clutter thing. You know, like I have clutter, so don't get me wrong. Okay, I am somewhat, I have clutter. And everybody has clutter, but that doesn't mean that clutter has to be the forefront in your pictures, nor should it be. Okay, the only time there should be clutter is if you have like a bunch of wax bars everywhere. Okay, that's a beautiful clutter, and that's pertinent to your brand of you are a Scentsy consultant. But I would recommend that if you want people to focus on something specific in your picture, then you need to remove as many things as possible, blur out, or really make sure that that is the focus. Right. And ask yourself, I always ask myself, like, if I was scrolling on Instagram and saw this picture, would it catch my eye? And would it catch my eye long enough for me to engage in it? Because it's not enough to just scroll past a pretty picture and be like, oh my gosh, that was such a pretty picture, and then keep going, right? Because posting the picture is not going to get you a sale, right? And even posting the picture and writing a really great caption is not going to get you the sale, right? It's the engagement in the complete process. And so this is just one step in that process of attraction marketing, but it is an important step because people are not going to stop for a pretty caption without being engaged by a pretty picture. Okay, and so you do have to be mindful of what is catching their attention first. And you want their eyes to be drawn to the picture long enough for them to want to engage with the caption. And you want that caption to lead somewhere, right? So I try hard to either the caption has to add value somehow or lead them to the sale. But that's a topic for a different day. The picture needs to be captivating. Okay, and so clutter takes away from that attractiveness that people will want to stop and read. If they are too, like, if it's too much for their mind to even comprehend, they will scroll right past. You have 3 seconds to engage somebody, or for somebody to be engaged with what you are posting. Natural lighting is huge. And me and Alex are so funny because we will walk into spaces. It's like the first thing we notice about things like natural lighting, like when we take pictures, selfies, like anything, it's all about the lighting. The lighting is literally a game changer. I didn't give the best representation. I could have taken the picture somewhere else, but I wanted the same items in the same spot for you guys to kind of get a feel. But there are spaces in my house that I will never take a picture because the lighting is terrible. Okay. And so you do have to kind of walk around and figure out where is the best lighting, right? And it's not that hard to do. It's where the natural sun can come in, right? It's where you can be without turning on lights. If you see a picture of me in my office where most of my pictures are taken, I literally put my phone on my window and take a picture where the sun is just literally coming in. And sometimes the sun is too bright and it's not great lighting, right? There is a such thing as the sun not being good lighting, but you can maneuver that a little bit better. But wherever the sun is, I have a lot of natural light in my office. But when I'm in here, I don't have lights on. When the sun is shining, my blinds are up and I don't turn on my lights when I take pictures. I utilize the sun. And so find spots in your house to take pictures, right? And if you can, set up Scentsy there, right? So in my kitchen, I have lights from all different angles. I will position things a certain way so the light is hitting it, and I will put myself in front of it to take that picture. Okay. I will position certain warmers in my house so that the light hits it, so that when I want to take a picture of it, it is perfectly positioned and perfectly lit up. Okay. And then there's other spaces in my house where that's just not happening. Right. My bedroom is one of them. We have 2 windows, and I just cannot figure out a good way to get good pictures in there. So I hardly have pictures in my bedroom because the lighting is not great, and it's hard to fake good lighting. And so finding the best lighting in your home, sometimes people go outside, right? And that is fine, but you can't always go outside. So you do need to find pockets of spaces in and around your house where the lighting is optimal. And it doesn't matter if that's where you take all your pictures. Like, truly, it does not matter if that's where you take all your pictures. 90% of my pictures are in my office because that's where my lighting is the best. And all my stuff is here. So it makes it really easy, most of my stuff. So good lighting, working your phone to its best capabilities. Some iPhones, or when I first got my iPhone, it was like it wasn't using all of the cameras. So I had to like go in and play with the camera settings. And so going in and just playing with it, giving yourself permission to set up things, take a bunch of pictures, go in a different room, open the blinds, go in a different room, close the blinds, go in a different room, do portrait mode, get dressed up one day, take pictures in all different places of your house, position your face a certain way, turn a warmer slightly to the left, like go around and play with your items and play with your phone and just have fun. Don't overthink it. Don't stress yourself out, right? But just go in and have fun with it. The thing is, like we say about everything in this business, it's all figure outable, right? Every single person can figure it out, no matter what it is in this business. Picture taking is probably at the top of my list for things that everybody is capable of doing. You just don't want to take the time, or you don't think that you don't think that you have the skills. But skills are just learned things. It's just something that you've learned. It's not something that you were born with and just automatically knew how to do. The only thing that I can say about picture taking that some people have a leg up in is that it just came naturally to them, right? That they didn't have to spend a lot of time playing with it. Who cares? Nobody's asking me when did you learn how to take pictures? Nobody's asking me that, right? They're just like, wow, you take really great pictures. So it does not matter when I learned or how I learned or how long it took me. So go in and do the little bit of work, because just small things make a huge difference. Okay. And you will find that the impact on this goes far and wide. And Alex talked a lot about that, but let me just say that, like, taking really great pictures in your business seems like a really small thing, and it may not be the most income producing activity that you do. It actually definitely is not the most income producing activity, but I can promise you that if you take really great pictures and you stay connected in your business consistently, and you make that a part of the daily and the weekly and just the make and model of your business, like that's how you build it up, is you take really great pictures, you have really great content, you stay consistent in your business, all of those things, your business will be income producing, right? People will be drawn to purchasing from you because of the really great picture that you posted, and because of your really insightful caption, or because of the way that you connected with them. You sent them a picture of you with that warmer, and it was a really great picture. Like, your customers may not say that, but trust and believe that when you start getting traction from people recognizing your pictures or commenting on them, or, I mean, think about it. Think about how comments can change the algorithm of your VIP group or your Instagram, right? And people commenting on your pictures, even just saying, this is a really great picture. 10 people saying that could change the course of who sees your picture next. And all of a sudden you have a new sale and you have a new customer. Like, so many things can happen from a really great picture. It is not the end all be all. Okay. This is not like a make or break situation, but it is what I consider a pretty easily remedied piece of a puzzle that a lot of people just are choosing to ignore because they think that they don't have what it takes to take a good picture. And here's the other thing. Nobody's grading you on these pictures, okay? I'm not going to come through your Instagram and be like, well, this one's sucky and don't do that one and take this one. Like, no, I'm not going to, Alex is not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Like you are the beauty of the beauty is in the eye of the beholder. That's the saying I was looking for. So like you have to evaluate yourself, right? But there are plenty of other people that you can look at. I mean, I encourage you to go to hashtag Scentsy snapshot tonight when you're laying in bed, or tomorrow morning, or tomorrow when you're picking up your kids and you're sitting in the pickup line. Go on Instagram and type in hashtag Scentsy snapshot in the search bar and just spend a few minutes searching through those pictures. Just the grid, right? Don't click on any profiles, just scroll. And when you find yourself attracted to a picture and you want to click on it, ask yourself why. Why am I attracted to this picture? And then pull up your notes app and write down things that you're thinking, right? Oh my gosh, the light, and I want you to think like a photographer. Okay. Oh my gosh, the lighting is really good. Oh my gosh, I like it because her face is in it. Oh my gosh, I like it because, it's really colorful. What are the things that are attracting you? And then you can use that to implement that into your picture taking, right? Because you're not the only one attracted to that picture for those reasons. And I do that a lot for inspiration when I'm like, I don't know what to take a picture of, or I don't know what to talk about today, or I don't know how to position these things. I will go to Scentsy Snapshot and Instagram and fuel my inspiration meter that way, right? Because people have amazing ideas, and there are a lot of really skilled Scentsy consultants who know what they're doing out there, and you can gain a lot by looking around and just asking yourself, what do I love about this? Right? And you can literally put it in your toolbox and utilize it in your next picture. Okay. So my call to action for you guys, the rest of this week is to practice this. I'm not saying you have to go buy Lightroom tomorrow. Okay. I don't care if you use Lightroom or not. And if you have questions about all of that process, you can ask me, because I know it was kind of like, but I'm not saying you have to buy Lightroom. I'm saying I want you to practice and utilize the picture taking information we've given you here. And I want you to share your really great pictures. I shouldn't say really great. I want you to share the pictures that you love that you have taken this week on the team page. Okay. Share those with us and just say, I love that I'm sharing this picture because I love the lighting in it. Okay. And let people hype you up about it. Okay. It is so important that we give credit where credit is due, and especially to ourselves. Okay. So if you practice this week and you share some pictures, I want you to pat yourself on the back, and I want you to applaud yourself for going out there and practicing what was taught to you, taking advantage of the training, and then implementing it. Right. And then we're going to see how this grows in the next couple of months, because I guarantee you your business will grow if you implement these ideas into your picture taking.